Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's the Ancient Meddler. I've been missing in action for a couple of days. I was down with a little bit of a chest cold, so getting back into it today. So I'm going to do something a little different. So I've been playing around listening to some Iron Maiden songs, and was getting back into some of the old stuff, and I realized they have 4 songs that are about a prostitute named Charlotte. And so there's 4 different songs throughout their career where they sing about this hooker named Charlotte. So I wanted to do something today. We're not going to do all 4 songs. I'm going to do 2 of them because there's 2 main songs where they sing about her, and then she appears in 2 other songs later in their catalog. I'm not going to do those 2. I'm just going to talk a little bit about them. So the first one is a song off their 1978 debut album called Charlotte the Harlot. That was the first one that we heard about this hooker named Charlotte. Then on the Number of the Beast, there's a song called 22 Acacia Avenue. It's one of their really well-known songs. That's all about this hooker named Charlotte. And then apparently later on in their career, they did a song called Hooks in You, which is about Charlotte. And the last one is called From Here to Eternity. And apparently this is also about Charlotte, where she goes on a motorcycle ride with the devil or something like that, and then she ends up dead at the end of it. So Charlotte's no longer with us. I read an article about him, and they were talking about these songs were written by different people too. So I think Adrian may have written the first one. I think it was either him or Dave Murray, one of those 2 guys. Wrote the first one, Charlotte the Harlot. And she goes on a bit of an adventure and a journey, and it seems like somebody from the band might have had a crush on this hooker named Charlotte, because the lyrics of the song are all about how, he used to love her and she kind of rejected him or something, and she chose this life of being a hooker, and he's trying to convince her to give it up. And then, we'll talk about the lyrics in a minute. The final line of 22 Acacia Avenue is, "Pack your bags, you're coming with me." So apparently he rescued her from the streets, and then, but it must not have lasted too long. So anyway, that's just telling us a little bit about that. So I have this pulled up. Let me see if I can get a better view for you. There you go. So this is it's just saying that this is From Here to Eternity. So this is the 4th song in the ongoing saga of Charlotte the Harlot. Now I found another article yesterday, but I can't find it today. But in that article, they had asked several of the guys in the band, was Charlotte a real woman? I think they asked Steve Harris, the bass player, and his response was something along the lines of, maybe, and then changed the subject. And then they asked Dave Murray about it, and he said something like that too. Just kind of ambiguous. But apparently during an interview with Paul Di'Anno, who was like the original lead singer of the band before Bruce Dickinson, who's on the first 2 albums, they asked Paul Di'Anno about it, and Paul said, oh yeah, absolutely, it was a real woman. And he in fact named her. He said her name was High Street Lil, was her real name. No, not High Street, High Hill Lil. High Hill Lil. And that she was an older woman compared to them, because this is like when they were like 19, 20, right? She was in her 40s, like maybe 45, and she'd seen better days, and she was kind of rough. But apparently she was always up for a good time and didn't always charge money. So if you showed up with a bottle of booze, or as he said, some speed, she'd show you a good time. So he says it's about a real woman. Anyway, we'll find out. So I wanted to go over some of the lyrics here. Let's see. Okay, this is 22 Acacia. The first one's this one. Go ahead and kill that. Okay, so this is the lyrics to the first song. I'm just going to go over them really quickly. This is off the Iron Maiden album, which is their debut album. It's called Charlotte the Harlot. And it says, "Giving a swish with your arse in the air, don't you know what they're saying? Charlotte, you're so refined when you take all the love that they're given, sticking with every man that you find. don't you know what they're after? Charlotte, you've got your legs in the air, don't you hear all the laughter? Charlotte the harlot, show me your legs. Charlotte the harlot, take me to bed. Charlotte the harlot, let me see blood. Charlotte the harlot, let me see love. And then, taking so many men to your room, don't you feel no remorse? You charge them $5, it's only for starters, and 10 the main course. And you've got no feelings, they died long ago. Don't you care who you let in? And don't you know you're breaking the law with the service you're giving? So, not the greatest lyrics in the world, and it's one of those songs, when I first heard this album, I didn't really like the song. I just didn't like the way it played. I didn't like the guitars on it. I didn't like much about the song at all. It kind of made me feel negative. So for a long time, I would kind of skip this song. And then it was years later, I kind of got more into it, and I appreciated the song more, but it's still not one of my favorite songs. Whereas 22 Acacia Avenue is one of the great songs. In my mind, it's one of the great Iron Maiden songs off Number of the Beast. And so here's Charlotte's. It's a little different spin on Charlotte the Harlot. So, and it's a longer song, but let's go through the lyrics. This one I love this song, by the way. If you're feeling down, depressed, and lonely, I know a place where we can go. 22 Acacia Avenue. Meet a lady that I know. So if you're looking for a good time, and you're prepared to pay the price, 15 quid is all she asks for. Everybody's got their price. If you're waiting for a long time, for the rest to do their piece, you can tell her that you know me. You might even get it free. So anytime you're down the East End, don't you hesitate to go. You can take my honest word for it. She'll teach you more than you can know. And then it changes. Charlotte, can't you get out from all this madness? Can't you see it only brings you sadness? When you entertain your men, don't you know the risk of getting disease? Someday when you reach the age of 40, I'll bet you regret the days when you were laying. Nobody then will want to know. You won't have any more beautiful wares to show anymore. 22. The Avenue. That's the place where we all go. And you will find it's warm inside. The red light's burning bright tonight. Charlotte, isn't it time you stop this mad life? Don't you ever think about the bad times? Why do you have to live this way? Do you enjoy your lay, or is it the pay? Times when you're strolling down the avenue, the way you walk, it makes men think of having you. When you're walking down the street, everybody stops to turn and stare at you. 22. The Avenue. It's the place where we all go. And you will find it's warm inside. The red light's burning bright tonight. Beat her, mistreat her, do anything that you please. Bite her, excite her, make her get down on her knees. Abuse her, misuse her, she can take all that you've got. Caress her, molest her, she always does what you want. You're running away, don't you know what you're doing? Can't you see it'll lead you to ruin? Charlotte, you've taken your life and you've thrown it away. You believe that because what you're earning, your life's good. Don't you know that it's hurting? All the people that love you, don't cast them aside. All the men that are constantly drooling. It's no life for you. Stop all that screwing. You're packing your bags. You're coming with me. That's the end of the song. So you can tell the second song, the lyrics are much more elaborate. The song is way more elaborate, right? I'm going to give you a little taste of each of the songs, and then we'll probably do a playthrough with the lyric video or something like that so you can get a feel for it. But I may not play the whole song, Charlotte the Harlot. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I got some live versions that I think are interesting to hear. So the first one up is, this is actually a video from 1980. of Iron Maiden doing Charlotte the Harlot, and you're going to see Clive Burr on drums. You're going to see Dave Stratton on guitar and Paul Di'Anno on vocals. And all three of those guys were replaced. Dave Stratton was replaced very, very, very early. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see a video of him. Clive Burr was replaced later on, and Paul Di'Anno did 2 albums. So. And then was replaced by the epic voice of Bruce Dickinson. So I'm not sure how this is going to sound, but let's check it out. This is Iron Maiden 1980, Charlotte the Harlot live.
It's all about the brothel. My mum's here, so I better not say much more.
What's a brothel?
It's one of the fish getting cans. Irons do it 57 ways. This is song called Charlotte the Harlot. So see all them little fingers, come on. Now I was waiting for that.
So very, very British. All right, so this is an early record, 1980. It's a very raw recording, but it's also a very raw song. So, it's something you hear at a pub, right? Or in a, it's very kind of raunchy rock and roll sound to it, which is cool. But yeah, I think you know what I mean. So let's go listen to the next one I have up, which is a very, very, very. I think it's a funny video. This is Paul Di'Anno, who was the original singer that we just saw doing this song. But this is from, it says 7 years ago, so what would that be? 2016? This is Paul Di'Anno and his band doing a version of Charlotte the Harlot. But apparently, and I don't want to speak for him or accuse him of something that could get me in trouble, but it seems as if he's slightly inebriated. And the person who did this video put subtitles on so that you could understand the lyrics that are coming out of Paul's mouth. And the subtitles are hilarious because you can't understand what he's saying. So anyway, I thought this would be fun and we could check it out together. So here we go.
Charlotte! Charlotte! Charlotte!
So Paul's put on quite a few pounds and he's put down quite a few pints. All right, hold on. The line here is, Charlotte is only a pow in is haya alo ala. That's what he said, right? So I think that's pretty close. Let's go back and listen to it again. Yeah. The second way there in Bali in the pod, do you know why? All right, tickets to Rendezvous, and are you feeling with us? Right? That's what it says. Take us a rendezvous, and how you feeling with us? Your taco is bar raw, just empty for the main course. Oh gosh. Let's go back and hear that again. That's just too darn funny.
You know the words to this?
Better than you do.
There was a time when you left me standing there, picking up pieces of life from the floor. Charlotte, you left me alone there to make you raise as a brother. Charlotte, you told me nothing true. Picking up pieces of love yesterday.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Diano. We're gonna switch now. That's hilarious. It's just so funny. It's like, do you know the words? Do you? All right, what else do we have? All right, so this is the original. This is the actual song, so jump in the middle somewhere here. There we go. It's showing Bruce. Why are they showing Bruce Dickinson? Whoever made this video shouldn't be doing that. They're showing Bruce while we're listening to Paul Diano. That's kind of sad. Yeah, I think he screwed the words really, really badly up when he sang it live, because I think he said picking up the pieces of love off the flow, and here he said picking up the pieces of love yesterday. So, I think it was different. Maybe not. Maybe it's me. But anyway, that's enough of Charlotte the Harlot. So let's see where can we go from here. All right, so this is moving on to 22 Acacia Avenue. This is 22 Acacia Avenue live from the Hammersmith in 1982. So this is contemporary with when they put it out. So off of the Number of the Beast album. So let's check this out. So this is the Number of the Beast lineup of Iron Maiden. So you've got Dave Murray, Adrian Smith. I'm not sure who the drummer is. I think it's probably, is it Clive Burstill? It might be Nico McBain. I'm not sure. Steve Harris on bass, and you got Bruce Dickinson on vocals. So let's see who it is.
This is the song which
Is there no audio?
gentleman over there, Adrian
Oh,
Smith,
here we
who's
go.
at the moment suffering from a few sore ribs. At the moment, he's all trussed up tonight like a chicken. From the older Adrian Smith helped to write on the new album, it's a song all about a lady called Charlotte the Harlot. We discovered where she lived, and we discovered she's running a new knocking shop somewhere in the East End of London at if you care to visit it, it's at 22 Acacia Avenue!
I like this song. Or just for me, this is a way better song already. So I'm gonna back up and play part of it over again. But to me, it's a way better written song. It's a way better played song. Engineering, production, everything about it. Very theatrical. So yeah, so that lyrically it's better, right? The first one felt very amateurish to me. It felt like it was a song written by a bunch of teenagers for their garage band. Whereas this one feels like it's written by a professional band. Of course, they've got 2 albums under their belt by the time they did this one. This is their 3rd album, right? So, and this 3rd album was way better produced than their first album. So, and then again, you also have Bruce Dickinson as the lead singer, and Bruce, with all due respect to Paul Di'Anno, Iron Maiden wouldn't have been Iron Maiden without Bruce Dickinson. So there's like gunfire going off outside of my house. So never fails when I start to do a recording. One of my neighbors decides to go shooting off fireworks. All right, it's going to change here, and I want to stop it before it does. I'll back up just a hair. So yeah, I love the song, and I love Bruce's singing on this, and everything about it's really good. So, what do you think? Comparing Charlotte the Harlot to 22 Acacia Avenue, which one sounds better to you? One thing about the early Iron Maiden, the very, very early Iron Maiden, there was a little bit of a punk influence in their sound. So it's kind of weird because punk and metal were kind of like at odds with each other, especially back in that time frame. They used to beat each other up, right? So it's kind of interesting that there's a little bit of that kind of punk feel in some of those songs. And I kind of got that with a little bit at the beginning of Charlotte the Harlot. Anyway, I said I would back up a little bit. I want to hear Bruce sing that last note. Yep, Clive Burr. I didn't know they had a dancer on stage. That's kind of funny. Is she a 45-year-old worn-out hooker? She's got stockings on. Just the image of the band back in this time frame was for me was this is Iron Maiden. This is what Iron Maiden's supposed to look like, right? It's like Kiss from 1976 is the ultimate Kiss. I think for me the best Kiss album, Kiss cover was Love Gun outfits. But anyway, so this is like the peak of Iron Maiden to me. You know, when Bruce cut his hair off short, it was like Really? I'm big in visuals. What can I say? She looks like Billy Idol. I think that's where Billy Idol got his hairstyle from, was from this dancer on this song. Epic, right? It's going to go into another transition here, so that's why I stopped. I don't want this to get blocked, so I'm stopping a little more than you probably like. But I do what I have to do to make it so my videos can be seen by people. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them, right? All right, so that was a great solo from Iron Maiden. Dave Murray and Adrian Smith's over there somewhere. Man, incredible guitar solo. That's one of the reasons I love this song so much. One note about Clive Burr. So I always recognize Clive Burr when I see him playing drums, because he looks like Peter Criss of Kiss. It's like 1976 Peter Criss cat makeup outfit, you know, he always wore like these tights, kind of tight tank top thing with like a belt with like studs all over the belt, and they just showed him right here. Let me back up, see if I can find it. Right there. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There. Yeah, see, he's got this kind of like tight, skin tight tank top on, right? And the haircut and everything. Just imagine him with Peter Criss's makeup on, and it is Peter Criss, right? I think Peter Criss played double duty. He pretended he was Clive Burr in Iron Maiden. Anyway. Probably not. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get a lot of negative comments from the Iron Maiden fans going, "What the fuck are you talking about, Peter Criss, man?" I didn't say he played like Peter Criss. I said he looked like Peter Criss. Also the gloves. Sorry. Sorry, I butchered the sound, the guitar solo. Let's just listen to it again. How about that? We listen to it again. Just awesome.
Charlotte over there on the nice frilly knickers.
So what I was saying there, which I stomped on the guitar solo to tell you, was that, yeah, so it's not just the tank top. He's got the tight, skin-tight pants, and then he's got the black gloves, like the fingerless gloves, which is exactly the same thing that Peter Criss wore. So yeah, to me, it's like, oh my gosh, it looks just like Peter Criss. Anyway, that's just another strange observation from me. You don't have to agree. And probably won't. Lydica. I watched them. I think I watched that video. Anyway, so that was Charlotte the Harlot and 22 Acacia Avenue, 2 songs about a hooker named Charlotte the Harlot by Iron Maiden. Then we know that there's 2 other songs, Hooks in You and Here to Eternity, which refer to Charlotte. And maybe someday I'll get around to listening to those and see what they sound like. Anyway, I hope you liked that. If you did, hit the like button. I would sure appreciate it. And if you want to subscribe so you can get more of my videos, do that. And if you want to make sure that you're always keeping up with when I put stuff out, make sure you hit that notification bell. All right, we'll talk to you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye. Charlotte, you're coming with me. Right? Right. Okay. Somebody said they want to hear me sing this song. So I don't remember the words now. Suddenly I have a mental blank, and I don't remember the words. Right? If you're feeling down, depressed, and lonely, I know a place where we can go. 22 Acacia Avenue. Meet a lady that I know. Oh. Okay, there you go. I sang it. All right. Bye.